All right. That is pretty nice for me to be able to go back and see what my class is like. So I hope you guys don't mind it. Here comes Yvonne. And let's see if anyone else is about here. So here we are on a nice Sunday morning. Going to do a little relaxing yoga together. If you are not that keen on sitting on the floor, even with a cushion, then go ahead and do this first part in a chair. Okay? All right. So, see if I can see everybody. All right. Does anybody have any particular area of the body or concern they want to let me know about before we start?
All over.
All over. Okay, sounds good. All right, it looks like Michelle and Yvonne made it in too. Tom and Julie. We have a mystery guest, so welcome to our mystery guest. And Sandy and Linda. So great. Thank you all for coming. All right, so we're going to start with some breathing. So in a seated position, I think, oh, and Claudie made it too. Great. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our arms up over our heads. We'll coordinate our breath with our breathing. So as we reach up and bring our hands together, if your elbows are bent, that's fine. The ribs go out, we build the chest and kind of press down into the belly with our air. Breathe out, bring the hands down. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, arms out and down. Breathe in and lift. So stretch the ribs out. Reach upwards through the spine. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Breathe in and lift, stretching upwards. Exhale, arms out and down. We'll do a couple more of these. So Ujjayi breathing. So as we lift, breathe in, we have a sound like a whooshing sound. Exhale, down. Tighten up in the throat near the vocal cords to get that. And then breathe in and lift like a whisper, only a little louder. So you can keep track of your breath. Let it calm you. Fully remind you also to breathe in and out. Exhale. And don't worry, I'll mute you guys in just a little bit. Breathe in and lift. Exhale and down. Very nice. Now we're going to place our hands on our knees and make some little circles around our center line. So the chest, the upper body, torso is rotating around where we keep our hips in one position. And then go the other way. We'll switch a few times. So now rotate the other way, still kind of small. And then on the next couple, we'll maybe if you are starting to warm up in that area of the body, maybe you could reach out a little farther from your center line and make the circles a bit larger. Take your time if it feels better to go slowly. If you like going faster, then that's fine. You don't have to go exactly at my pace. Just like you don't have to do every yoga pose exactly like me. You can go ahead and modify how you need to. So let's switch the other way. And I'll remind you or let you know about different modifications as we go. Couple more times around this direction. And then we'll come back to the center and take another breath. So arms out and up. This time the exhale, we're going to bring our right arm down and lean to the right side, stretching along the side of the body, the shoulder. You might even feel it in your lower back, along the ribs, and come up. Now breathe, big breath in, reach up. Exhale to the sides. You can let the head hang if it's comfortable, and just stay here, breathe again. And then on the next inhale, come back up, bring the other hand up, and bring the hands to the heart center. And now we'll just breathe for a couple times, and if you'd like, you can set an intention for today's class. Listen to the breath, and I'll go ahead and mute everyone while you're taking your next breaths. Listening to the breath, focusing there to help remove the clutter from your mind. All the thoughts that try to come in and distract you, we're just going to let those be far away. And then we're going to take our arms out again, bring them all the way up. Another inhale. Weave the fingers together in Venus and turn the palms up. And then stretch the arms upwards. Maybe even get a little upper body back bend. As you open up the chest and stretch the shoulders, and then bring the arms down. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my arms now. I'm reaching back, stretching out the arms, and then you can start lifting the arms up a little bit in the back, stretching them away from you. And then bring them down. And now you're going to reach up again. Bring the hands together down to the heart center. Then we'll move our hands out to the shoulders and make some circles. So we start warming up the shoulders a little bit into the neck. So as we bring our arms around, our shoulders come into the neck to invigorate the muscles there too at the base of the neck. Nice big circles around. Sometimes they call this our chicken wings. Couple more going back, and then we'll go forwards. Stretching, reaching with the elbows. And then back to the center. Now we'll take our right hand and place it on the floor and lean to the right. That left arm goes up and over. And then on the inhale, come back. And then we'll go the other way, bring the right arm up, bend the left elbow, lean to the left. And then back up, reach up with the left arm. Big breath in and lean to the right. Back up. And now, right arm up, big breath in, lean to the left. And back up. Nice. Now we're going to do some exercise that helps us to avoid vertigo. So we're just going to lightly turn our heads. It also starts activating the neck. Just nice side to side motion. Some of you I know have had vertigo in the past, so it's nice to have some way to help us not get that again. And then we're going to bring our head to the center and nod up and down. It's not as far of a reach with our head and neck. It's not like a range of motion stretch. It's just a movement. And then we'll bring our heads to the center and then dip the chin to the chest. Now we're stretching the back of the neck. Remembering to keep breathing. And then bring the head up. We'll turn it to the right and go as far as you comfortably can go. And wait. If it feels very comfortable, you might try to go a little bit farther. Still breathing. And then back to the center and over to the left slowly. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed and down as you stretch the neck. Round to the left side, focusing also on your breath. And then we'll bring the head back to the center. All right, so if you're on a cushion, go ahead and remove it. If you're in the chair, let's come on down to the floor for a little bit. We're going to go on our knees next. So place the hands underneath the shoulders. We're still warming up, so knees apart a little bit. And our hands are spread out so that we're evenly distributing weight. The wrists are under the shoulders. We take a big breath and reach into cow. So the spine sags a little as we stretch the hips and the head away from each other. And let's curve upwards, draw the belly in as we exhale. And then continue going from cow to cat. Several more times, maybe 5 more times. Somewhere in that range. It depends on how large of a volume your breath is. So go with your own breath. Listening to the breath as you inhale and hearing that sound as you express the breath out and draw the abs in. So wherever you are, let's go ahead and do 2 more times. Hopefully your spine is starting to feel more flexible already. And then come back to neutral when you're finished. And we're going to turn the toes under and press up into a down dog. And walk the dog. Loosening up and getting the feet ready to work more. With our walking of the dog, we're preparing our feet and ankles for the work to come. Building muscles there. Stretching. Now let's stretch into our down dog. Reaching back with the hips, keeping a light bend in the knees and lowering the shoulders. With that lowering of the shoulders, we take some of the weight and pressure off the wrists and hands. If you have a lot of trouble with your wrists and hands, you can come down onto the forearms and do a modification. In fact, I'll show you real quickly. This looks pretty much like our dolphin. Okay. And then we're gonna walk our feet up to our hands, hang in a forward fold with the knees a little bent. Come up to a flat back, reaching the crown of the head forwards. Let's inhale here, and then we're going to exhale and go back down. So a beginning of sun salutations or Surya Namaskar. And then reverse swan. We're going to slowly come up, give our bodies time to adjust blood pressure and reach up. And then we're going to come back down into a forward fold, place our hands on the floor, and step back into a down dog. Lift the right leg up into a three-legged dog. The hips are still square. And then we bring the leg down. Lift the left leg up. And bring the leg down. And come down onto the knees and sink back into a child's pose. So the hips come, the hips come down closer or as far as you can. Bring them down comfortably towards the heels. The head comes down towards the mat. And listen to the breath. Continue breathing there a little bit longer. And then we're going to move our arms to the side. So let's go to the right side first. Walk the hands around to the right side and maybe even stack the left hand on top of the right. Feel a nice stretch along the left side, down near the hip. And breathe. This is a nice mellow stretch. And then bring the hands back to the center. Take a nice breath in, and on the exhale, we'll move the hands over to the left side and stretch the right side of the body. And then we'll return the hands to the center, come up to all fours, and now we will all go into a dolphin. So let's bring our forearms down onto the mat. Fingers are still spread, making connection with the mat. Turn the toes under and lift the hips up into a nice dolphin. Let the head come down lower. Keep a nice little bend in the knees to avoid locking them. And breathe. So if you ever feel like you're getting a stretch happening where the muscles turn to ligaments and up into tendons and things at the joints, just bend the knees a little more, back off from the pose. What we want to stretch is the muscles, not the connective tissue. Let's bring our knees down now. We're going to come back on our hands and we'll do our first little balance pose here. We're going to take our right leg back and our left arm forwards and lift the right leg off the floor. Our drishti or our gaze is out beyond the left hand. But if you are having trouble with your neck, just continue to look downwards. If you can look out beyond the left hand, do. And then flex the right foot. Breathe. then we'll bring those two limbs down and switch to the other two. Left leg back, right arm forwards, lift the left leg. Flex the left foot and reach the hand and the foot away from each other so you get some elongation through the body as you reach. And then bring the arm and leg down. We're going to turn our toes under now. Come up to down dog again. Walk the dog a little more. And then stretch into our down dog. And then we'll walk or jump up to our hands, hang in a forward fold. And then come up to a flat back as we breathe in. Exhale down into a forward fold. This time we're going to step back with our right foot and sink into a lunge. Place the right hand next to the left one and swoop the left arm up to the left side so we get a nice twist. Fingers are spread, so we're keeping that hand stretching outwards. And if you can, press the right heel down a little more to get a good stretch in the calf. And then bring the left hand back. Step into a plank and take a breath in plank. And as we exhale, we're going to lower ourselves down, bending the elbows, maybe touching with our chest, maybe knees, and swoop up into cobra. From our cobra, let's turn our toes under, press back into our down dog. You can walk the dog if you want. And then stretch into the down dog a little more. And then step or jump up to the hands, hang in a forward fold. Come up to a flat back, reaching the crown of the head forwards, back to a forward fold. Reverse swan, slowly come up, slowly, slowly. Bring the hands up above the heart. Center. Bring the hands down to the heart center. And take another breath here. And then we'll start our sun salutations on the other side. So go ahead and reach up. We'll go into Uttanasana now, or forward fold. Come up to a flat back, reaching forwards with the head. And then back down to Uttanasana. This time step back with the left foot into a lunge and slowly sink the hips downward. And we're going to roll our right arm up to the right side. Bringing that shoulder in line with the rest of the body and the legs. Spreading the fingers of the hand. And taking another breath. And our gaze can go part way up. Or if your neck is very flexible, you might want to look all the way up. And then we'll bring our hand back to the mat and step that right foot back into a plank. So keep your knees on the floor if you want to make it a little bit more comfortable for yourself. Take a big breath in. And then on the exhale, we'll bend the elbows and bring our chest lower towards the floor. And then swoop up into cobra. Breathe here. Let's breathe in one more time in this nice counter pose. And then we'll turn the toes under and come back into our down dog. That's a down dog today. Walk the dog. Stretch into the down dog, making room in the spine. And then step or jump up to the hands. Hang in Uttanasana again. Breathe into our flat back. Stretching the head forwards, or you can be in monkey where your chest is on your thighs. And then reverse swan, slowly come up. Breathe in and reach. Bring the hands to the heart center. And bring the arms down. Let's take a little break so you can have a drink. Maybe a couple sips of whatever your beverage is you have handy there. And then we're going to do some standing up poses. So once everybody's back, it's hard to tell because I can't see everyone, but I see some people are back, so that's great. Soft bend in the knees. We're going to start out by twisting around, so light twist to the sides, and we can let our arms stay kind of low, but swoop around. You can feel a lot of twisting going on in the lower part of the trunk and waist. You also get to extend those arms around so you're stretching the back of the ribs, the shoulders. So a few more times. And then we'll come back to the center. All right. So now we're going to go into our warrior or Virabhadrasana poses. So go ahead and step back with the right foot and sink into Virabhadrasana 1. So if we start with sinking into the lunge, keeping the feet going forwards, arms come forwards and then up. And stretch the arms up. And then sink the arms down into the shoulder sockets. You're nice and firm across the shoulders. And then our gaze or drishti is part way up or all the way up. And you might even get a tiny bit of a back bend here if you like that. We're just holding these warrior poses for maximum of a few breaths. So let's lift up. Turn that back foot out to 45 to 90 degrees. Turn the body to the side. And then take the arms forward and back. And then sink that left knee down. So bend it, keeping it above or behind the ankle. And then see if you can draw these shoulder blades closer together. So we continue to build muscle along the spine and the back, helping to keep it straighter. And breathe. And we'll do a bend back. So let's take our right hand down to the leg, left arm up. Turn the palm back and stretch upwards. And then slide the right hand down a little. So you get a nice small curve in the back as you reach with that left hand. So just do as much of the curve as feels right for your body today. And then we'll come slowly back to our warrior 2. And we're going to modify our triangle today. We're going to lean forwards from the hips. Bring the left elbow to the knee and take the right arm up. And roll the right shoulder back. And look part way or all the way up into the triangle. And then slowly come up And let's turn to our right side. We're going to work our shoulders a little. We're going to bring our right arm across and around, and our left arm across and around. So the arms will go past each other. But we're keeping them in line with our legs and stretching as we reach across, up and around. That's a little bit of a coordination work too. Good for the brain. And a couple more. And down. Very nice. Let's do a forward fold here. Bend the knees and just come down halfway. See how it feels. If that's okay, go ahead and bring the upper body down a bit more. So you can keep your hands above the knees or bring them to the ankles. You might even make contact with the ground, bending the knees a little more if you need to. And hang the head. Get the feeling of weightlessness of the upper body. Then hands back to the knees. Slowly make your way up. Turn back to the left foot and step forwards. And then let's walk it out a bit, loosening up through the hips, the waist, loosening the shoulders a little. So wiggle around, let it feel good. Nice. And then before we do the other side, we'll separate the feet about shoulder distance, bend the knees, and let's make some circles with our hips. Really loosening up the lower trunk. And go back the other way. Yeah. So we'll get our hips in very nice condition, ready for the other side of our warrior poses. And back to the center. So now we're going to have our right foot forwards. We'll be stepping back with the left foot and sinking into our lunge. Checking always that that right knee is facing straight ahead. Sometimes they tend to collapse inward, so we want it to stay up and not any farther than the ankle. Now let's take our arms forwards and up, reaching. Sinking the arms into the shoulders for stability. Looking up partway or all the way. Taking nice calm ujjayi breaths, so listening to the breath. And now we'll be moving into warrior two. So lift, turn that back foot out, twist the body to the side, arms forward and back. Draw the shoulder blades in a bit. Sink into warrior two. Our gaze is beyond the right hand, or maybe if your neck doesn't want to go quite that far to the side, then somewhere on the way. And breathe. We try to keep our torso above the hips as opposed to leaning forward for this part. So Virabhadrasana 2. Now we're going to lower our left arm, lift the right one, turn the palm back, stretch upwards, and then slide our left hand down the leg a little so we can get a nice curve in the body and stretch. And focus on the breath again. And then slowly come back to warrior two. Now we'll tip forwards again, leaning forwards, bringing the elbow down to the right knee, lifting the left arm up and then rolling the shoulder back to open the chest to the side. And then our gaze can be out at an angle or up towards the hand. Breathing as we feel this elongation coming up from the base of the spine and the hips. Then press up slowly, and then turn to the left side this time. We're going to go down into goddess pose, so our toes are facing pretty much straight ahead on towards the left. Bend the knees, bend the elbows. And then on the inhale, we're going to extend the legs and arms up. Exhale down. So we're coordinating our movements with our breath. Inhale up. And let's do one more. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. And then we're going to bring our arms down to the legs. Walk the hands or slide the hands down. Keeping the back straight, go halfway. And then if that feels good, go ahead and continue down until you can touch the floor, at least with the fingertips. Or maybe you have a block you want to put your hands on. So keep the knees bent as much as you need to get that distance covered down towards the floor. Then let's bend our right knee. Bring the hands over to the right side. So we're getting this nice triangle. The left leg is stretched out there. So now the inner leg gets to stretch. And we just breathe here, waiting for the stretch to happen. But while we're here, we can check our arches. If they kind of disappeared, roll the foot out a little bit and try to strengthen the foot. And then lift the hips into the middle, walk the hands a little to the left side, bend the left knee, and feel a nice stretch in the right knee, the right leg, all the way along. And again, since we're looking down and we're close to our feet, it's easy to check those arches. The stronger our feet are, the more able we can keep our ankles supported. And then we're going to come back up to the center, walk our hands and our feet towards the right hand. The hands are on either side of the right foot, and let's step forwards and come up like a rag doll, a little at a time. And we'll take a nice breath in and reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Let's do that again. Nice bend in the knees. Take the arms out, reach up, stretch. Hands together, down to the heart center. And breathe. You can even close your eyes here. And then bring the arms down. We're going to swing them forward and back and do a little bit of work to get up on the toes. So let's take our arms forward and up and come up on the toes as best you can. You might want to hold on to something. And if you come out of it and back up, out and up, that's fine too. And then bring the arms down, reach back, palms up, and work the triceps. So we'll do that one more time. Arms forward and up and lift up onto the toes. Reaching with the hands, fingers spread. Main thing is to see if we can balance here. And then down, back, lift behind us, work the triceps. And then bring the arms down and give them a good shake. Nice, let's do the twist for a bit. And then we're gonna go down onto the floor. Well, we'll do two more activities and then go on. So a little bit of twisting. Just to get the rib, underneath the rib area, and the solar plexus area, and the muscles connecting to the ribs, the waist. We're going to loosen all that up here for a minute. And then bring it together. Okay, so if you want to hold on, we're going to do a couple more balance poses. So first, this one is a thigh stretch. So if you want it to be more just the thigh stretch, you can hold on and reach back for the left foot. Left hand, left foot. Keep the abs in, the chest upright, and the head above the body. And then if you want, you can try letting go of your support and reaching back with the right hand. That opens up the chest all the way and lets your balance get practiced a little bit more. So even holding on with one hand, you're getting balance work. Don't want to make it sound like you aren't. You are. And you can always play around with it, letting go, touching, letting go, touching, as you get better and better at your balance. So this thigh is getting stretched, the quadricep. We're going to let go of the foot and switch to the other one. So if you're holding on to something, hold on now with the left hand, reach back with the right, draw the foot closer towards the buttocks. And reach back if you want to use both hands. Draw the abs in, lift the chest, and make sure, this is one thing that's especially tricky to remember, have the head above the body. Because the tendency is to let it come forward. So just draw it back, kind of tuck the chin back in. And feel the nice stretch in the quadricep. And breathe. Very nice. Let's go ahead and release that now. And do a few steps of walking it out. And we'll switch now to another balancing pose. Let's do tree today. Let's bring, I'm going to give directions for my right leg, bringing the left leg in. Drawing the abs in so you're sturdy through the hip area. If you can, lift the toes off the floor and lightly touch the ankle. Turn the knee outward, bring the hands to the heart center. If your hip has gone out to the side, draw it in. And now let's stretch the spine, reaching up. Taking hands above the head. And if that's as far up that you go, that's fine. And then if you want and you're able to, go ahead and try to stretch the arms. Ideally, the arms come in towards the ears. And if you want to look at one point and focus there, that can be helpful for your balance. If you are holding on, then of course we're just doing everything with the one arm, and that's fine too. And then let's take the arm or arms to the sides, draw the shoulder blades in so the shoulders roll back and down. And then we'll slowly take the arms back up. So we won't stay terribly long in our tree, but long enough to get that feeling of all the millions of little corrections that are being done in the body. So we're just doing the best we can to keep our balance and improving with practice. Let's bring the hands down. And then release the leg and walk it out. Very, very nice. Okay, so next we'll go ahead and shift to the other leg. So let's stand on the left foot, bring the right leg in, lift the foot up, turn the knee out, draw the belly in. So whatever order that happens for you is fine. Bring the hands to the heart center, hip in line with the rest of the body, and start lifting the arms up, hands above the head if they can make it there. Or one hand if you're holding on, which is fine. And then we'll take the arms higher if that's appropriate. Everyone's different, and every day we come to yoga, we have a slightly different body, a slightly different frame of mind. So we just do the best we can on any given day. Let's take the arms out now. Palms are up in that nice receiving position. And then draw the shoulder blades in. And then we'll lift the arms back up above the head. And then our Vrksasana, or our tree pose, comes to a close. Let's bring our hands to the heart center. See if you can take a breath in here. And then allow the arms and the leg to come down and walk it out a bit. Very nice. So all that standing, you probably want to walk it out a little bit longer to loosen up these hip flexors. And then we'll get a drink and end up coming down on the floor for the rest of the class. So go ahead and enjoy some of your beverage. Stay hydrated. And lie down, supine on our backs. And I'll be facing away from you so that you can see what's happening the best. So on our backs, with our knees bent, we'll begin with a nice counter pose to all our forward bending, with the feet slightly apart, arms at our sides. We'll go into a nice half bridge. Our shoulders stay down, that's why it's half. And just using the muscles in the legs to lift the hips. Just go ahead and breathe as you have your hips up. You can have your arms and palms pressing lightly into the floor, or you can bring the hands together in Venus and wiggle the shoulders under. Maybe even get a little more height that way because it helps the shoulders roll out and support. And then we'll roll back down onto the floor, one vertebra at a time. And now we'll draw the knees in and breathe, listening to the breath. And we'll bring the feet down to the floor. We're going to do a full spinal twist. So extend the left leg, lift the hips and move them an inch or two to the right. And then with the left hand on the outside of the right knee, roll the knee across. So now we have the lower part of the spine. Now we'll work on the upper with our right arm going to the right, shoulder sinking down towards the floor, and then up into the neck. Turn the head to the right, as far to the right as you comfortably can. And then relax and breathe. We're starting to slow down. So with the eyes closed, you can maybe feel your breath starting to slow. Maybe even your heart rate. Relaxing here. Maybe relax some of the muscles around the crown of the head. Become aware of your forehead. Try to relax those muscles. Your eyes, the area around the eyes. So we'll do that top half of the head relaxation while we're on this side. We'll go to the rest on the other side. So let's roll back to the center. Bend the left leg, scooch the hips into the middle. We'll come back up into a second bridge. We'll stay here just briefly, rolling the shoulders under, maybe weaving the fingers together. Keeping the feet somewhere around hip distance apart. Listen to one more breath here. On the exhale, go ahead and start lowering down. Rolling, furrowing the spine. And then extend the right legs. Lift the hips slightly and move them to the left. And then with the right hand, we're going to roll the left knee across. It doesn't have to ever come to the floor. We're just making our way in that direction. Then reach that left arm to the left, lower the shoulder. And now see if you can turn the head part way to the side or all the way. And then close the eyes. Let's start by relaxing the cheeks, under the eyes, across the nose, towards the ears, down towards the other corners of the mouth, around the nostrils. See if you can feel yourself letting some of those muscles just be, allowing them a rest. The lips, the tongue, and finally the jaw. Just let it go. Making a little bit of space in the joint. And then we'll slowly roll back to the center. Bend the right knee and scooch the hips into the middle. We're going to draw our knees into our chest again. Then place the feet on the floor. Stretch out the right leg and then the left leg. And we'll take a nice reach up and over the head and reach with the legs too. And fully inflate the lungs. Exhale, bring the arms back to the sides of the body. Turn the palms up, draw the shoulder blades in. And we can let the shoulders sink down into the mat. Close the eyes if they're not closed already. Notice how you feel. How does it feel in your legs? Do you feel like they've worked? Are they relaxing now? The toes, the fingers, the arms, the body. And all those muscles be relaxed along the face and the head. And now start letting your awareness of everything go. Just all those thoughts can float far away from you so that you can be in stillness of Shavasana. And I will let you know when about 6 minutes has gone by. And just start wiggling your toes and your fingers and bringing your awareness back to our yoga. And take enough time to stretch those fingers and toes out and in and out and in. And then make some waves with your fingers. Maybe stretch them back and forth a little in the wrist, the palm. Let's go in towards the wrist. And then if you still want to lie down, that's perfectly okay. If you'd like to sit up and do some ohms with us, then go ahead and roll to the side and find a comfortable seated position. Looks like some of you already have. Let's take a nice breath and reach our arms up, stretching the spine again. And then bringing the hands to the heart center. And we'll do 3 ohms. Breath in. Om Shanti, 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 which means peace, peace, peace. I wish you all lots of peace today. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. And good job, everybody. Yay.
Namaste.
All right. Namaste. Have a beautiful Sunday or Sunday evening, as in Claudia's case, being in Germany.
Namaste. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Nicole.
My pleasure.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome, Yvonne.
Thank you, everybody.
And Claudie. And Michelle. Abby,
Mahalo.
Tom and Julie. Linda, mahalo. That means thank you for those of you who don't live in Hawaii. Mahalo and namaste.
Mahalo.
Hello.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Be well and prosper.
Yes. Bye.
And Claudie. And I think we might still have Helen, or I'm not sure who our mystery person is, but whoever it is, maybe they fell asleep even, because I haven't heard a peep.
I can ask Paul to come because he's here to say hello.
Oh, I'll ask Eric if he can leave the kitchen. I'll be right back.
Ah, yes.
Eric? Are you able to leave the kitchen for a couple minutes to say hi to
Want to say hello to Nicole? You want to say hello to Nicole? Elle est partie chercher Eric à la cuisine.
Where is Claudie?
On peut s'asseoir là ou c'est trop difficile?
On va essayer d'y arriver, faire des efforts.
Attends, je vais mettre des petits coussins.
Okay. Hello. Bonjour.
Hello.
Bonsoir, I guess.
Bonsoir. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, I'm going to turn the camera so that Eric can be seen too if he makes it. He's here.
This is the legs of Eric.
We see the
Yes.
legs of Eric. And we see it.
Hi, Eric.
Hi. We see it's very warm. It's very warm where you are.
Yes.
It's warm.
Yes,
Yeah.
in short
Yeah.
and yeah.
But for you
And-
guys, it's warm too, right?
No, not
No?
at all.
Oh,
It's
Wow.
raining a lot and it's very cold.
yeah. Oh, okay.
We have rain off and on right now, but it's sunny in between, so it's
Ah. In
It's okay.
Germany, it's gray in between.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I used to live in Seattle, so I know what you mean.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I used to live in Seattle, Washington.
in Seattle.
And it
Yes.
was it was always gray there, pretty much.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
yes.
We
We
went
were there a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah?
30 years ago.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
30?
About 30 years ago.
No.
Wow.
Bah si,
Really?
bah oui, yeah.
Oh, already? Oh, we are so old.
1992.
Yeah, he said 1992, yeah. So it's almost 30 years.
Yeah, so that's before I knew you, because you
Yeah.
came to California while
Yeah.
I've known you.
Mm, it
Yeah.
was- oh, I don't remember. It was in 2003 or 4 or I don't remember.
Three
don't-
or maybe even before that, 2 or 3, something like that.
Something like
Is-
that.
Yeah,
A long
Huh.
time ago.
it is a long time.
Mm.
Paul, how long is your visit? Visit pour combien de?
About a week.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Très
I'm
bien.
happy. I'm happy he's here.
Yeah.
Have you been apart a lot?
Have you what?
Have you had to be apart a lot?
A park to walk or no?
Ask them if they've been together very much.
Have you been together very much during this
Ensemble.
ensemble?
Also, for how long or are we how often? I did sorry.
How often? How
How
often?
often? So
It
this
depends.
time it's very often because 1 week ago Paul was there and he went to Paris and he came back on Friday. So and now he's here for 1 week, but it depends with Corona. We didn't see it for 4 months or 6 months, I think so. No, from
No.
January to
No, I came in March.
yeah, we saw in January, in March, and then in June. Yeah,
Wow.
Not very often.
not very often. We saw each other per Skype.
Every day, almost every day.
Yes, every day. Yeah,
Nice.
It helps, yeah.
It helps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so what are you going to do while you are visiting? What are your activities?
Oh, my,
On the visite musée?
it depends of the weather.
Mm.
If the weather is sunny, I take my bike and I ride my bike. But if the weather is, if it rains, I go to a museum or I visit some place I don't know.
Mhm. And last time you went to a cinema festival, film festival?
Yes,
festival?
every day, every evening.
We saw more than 10 movies. Yeah, silent
Wow.
movies.
Oh my goodness. Did you
Yeah.
see Storm Over Asia?
No.
Storm
No.
Over Asia? Oh.
We saw.
What?
Storm
Some
over-
of Asia. It's a
It's
film
about
from.
the Mongolians and the Russians coming to take over Mongolia.
It's a movie from now. From no, is it an old movie or
Old
Yeah.
before sound. Yeah.
Before ça.
Ok, ça me dit quelque chose. Mais enfin, bon.
No, not yet.
Okay.
We have seen Speedy. It was
Je me demande si on l'a pas vu, celui-là. Je sais plus. Pas bon.
Speedy. It was
Harold Lloyd.
a movie with Harold Lloyd. Do you know him?
Oh, so
Harold
these are new silent movies or old?
It's
Old,
old.
old.
Oh,
With
okay.
Harold Lloyd. We don't pronounce very much.
Harold Lloyd. He was famous
Oh, yeah.
actors like
Harold.
Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you know him. Okay.
Oh, yes.
And
Yeah.
it was a good movie.
He's very famous.
Yeah.
And we saw movies from Germany, from Sweden, no,
Denmark.
Denmark, and very feminist movies already.
Sweden also. Sweden.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Women,
Ahead of,
yeah.
before their time.
Yeah,
Ahead of
before
their
that time. The first one, it was a girl with tuxedo.
Yes,
It's
we're
this-
frac.
Yeah, a frack or tuxedo. This is the story of a family. There is a party at the school, and the son can go to the party. He has a new tuxedo, and the father doesn't want to pay any
dress for
the daughter, and she's totally unhappy with that, and she steals the frock of her brother, and she goes to the party.
That's great.
And
How fun.
everyone is really surprised, but nevertheless the director of the school at the end support her decision. Yeah.
Oh, that's really
The brother is totally unhappy.
Oh. Do you remember the name of that one? Maybe is there any way we could get it?
It was a Swedish movie with a Swedish title, and the translation is the girl with the frack, the girl in frack, or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So the girl in a tuxedo for us, maybe.
Yeah, the girl in
Okay.
the tuxedo. Yeah.
Oh,
We saw another
good.
American film.
Yes. What was it?
Tower Sign, or
Yes, Tower Sign.
about trains.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was very American.
Yeah. The
But
story.
very interesting.
The story was interesting because it's about the job of this man. There's people who control where the train should go, and they move the lights and they move the rails and for the train, and it was interesting to see the live, but the story was not so nice. Yeah. Suspense, but bad suspense. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So-
it's really, really nice to visit with you both.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any news of the family before we go? Eric's got breakfast half cooked, so
Oh, okay.
the petite
Il doit
vision.
préparer le breakfast. Et donc, est-ce qu'il y a des nouvelles de la famille? Yes, Xavier got a little daughter, a baby.
Oh.
Xavier. Yeah.
Yay!
On the 19th of August.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
little-
when our granddaughter was born on the 19th. Yeah.
Grandson.
Grandson, I mean, our grandson was born on the 19th.
Grandson.
Okay.
Two. Okay.
Great.
It's a little girl, and the name is Eleanor. Yeah. And
Is that
and, yeah.
Hmm?
And Stephanie is expecting a baby in the next weeks too. So
that's the third for her.
the
Yes.
third, yeah, and Patrice's grandfather for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Sorry, you wanted to say something. I no.
Oh, I was wondering if Eleanor was a family name, because I haven't met Have I met an Eleanor? No.
Eleanor, this is the name of the baby.
Yeah.
The first
But-
name.
Is she named for another person in the family? A family
Oh.
name?
No.
Like,
No.
yeah.
You don't know.
In the family of Xavier, no. I don't know any Eleanor. I don't. But the family of Laure,
Maybe.
of the mother, it could be. We don't know.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. Lots of babies.
Yes.
Yeah. And for Martine too, she is a grandmother.
Yes.
That's nice.
And the granddaughter is really cute. She has always brilliant eyes, and Benoit is always writing some jokes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do you think Margot will have red hair?
we don't know. We don't. We haven't seen. She doesn't have so
much hair.
much hair until now. But let's see.
Wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see.
Mm.
Patience.
Oui.
Oui, patience.
Well, shall
Oui.
we say goodbye?
Oui.
Yes.
Bon
Okay.
petit.
Have a
Alright,
good
two kisses.
breakfast.
Yeah. Enjoy your breakfast and have a nice Sunday. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.